Hello, welcome to this introductory video to the little book in the Old Testament called the Song of Solomon. It's one of 5 books which are referred to as the wisdom literature, which seem in their different ways to describe the extremes of life. Job is about the extreme of suffering. Psalms is about worship. Proverbs is about the optimum way of living. In the book of Ecclesiastes, the author is wrestling with the meaninglessness of life. And here in this 5th book, Song of Solomon, it's exploring the extreme of romantic and erotic sexual love. The question is, how do we approach this? Many people are very surprised that such a book like this should actually be in the Bible at all. In fact, God is not mentioned specifically in the book from beginning to end. It's always, however, been taken to be an allegory of God's relationship, first of all with Israel, his people, and then with the Christian church. And that's fair enough, but the weakness of that approach is that it's very unclear exactly what it is teaching and showing. And as biblical scholars have increasingly been pointing out, this is actually a love poem between a man and a woman, and it really ought to be taken and read like that. There are other questions. To what extent is there a love triangle going on? What about the role of King Solomon in this? It's very complicated. It's not clear exactly what he's doing. My own view is that there are 2 shepherds, young boy and young woman. They've fallen desperately in love with each other, and they're fantasizing about being royalty. But even that view is not without its problems. I think probably the way to approach this book as you read it is to be asking the question, what does this teach us about how to make covenant love strong? What do we learn from these poems? How do relationships work, and what is it that strengthens, so that we can say, as the poem says towards the very end, many waters cannot quench love, neither can rivers wash it away.